Welcome back and thank you very much indeed. Let's have a conversation that we started last week about Ambassador Alex Saab, who had been arrested in Cape Verde. He's a Venezuelan ambassador to the African Union, and he was arrested there. He was on his trip to Iran on behalf of the Venezuelan government. He had gone there to refuel his plane, and he was arrested there. Now, we do understand also that there's been some pressure from the United States government on him and the Cape Verdean government to extradite him to face charges of money laundering and corruption. But this morning, I've been joined by his lead counsel, Femi Falana. He's a senior advocate of Nigeria and also a human rights lawyer who's written extensively, spoken extensively, and demanded for the immediate release of his client, Ambassador Alex Saab. Femi, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Good morning. How are you doing, sir?
I'm okay. My pleasure to join you.
Great. Are you able to explain to me what the present state of your client, Alex Saab, Ambassador, is?
Well, as you did say, he has been held in Cape Verde in custody since June 12 last year. But following our case, the case is instituted before the ECOWAS court, an order was made that he be transferred from prison custody to a house arrest, having regard to his status. That was on December 2nd last year. Cape Verde was not going to comply with the order on the ground that it is not banned by the ECOWAS protocols, establishing the ECOWAS court. But we insisted that the order has to be complied with. And so what Cape Verde then did was to get his own local court to make a similar order. Well, it really didn't matter to us. So he's been kept in a house arrest since December. But by March 15 this year, the ECOWAS court declared his detention illegal, set aside the extradition processes, and directed Cape Verde to release him from illegal custody. Cape Verde again decided not to comply with the order. And in the face of the embarrassment, Cape Verde was facing, the Supreme Court of that country claimed that the order of the ECOWAS court was not binding on Cape Verde because Cape Verde did not sign the supplementary protocol establishing the court, But the court also recognized the status of Alex Saab and now pushed the case to the political authorities, like Pontius Pilate, to say it is now a political decision whether it's entitled to immunity or not. And so on that basis, we've written to the authorities in Cape Verde, both to the president and the prime minister, and we're expecting, the government to react,
Right,
so that our client can be released to travel down to Addis Ababa to assume his duty as the alternate ambassador of Venezuela to the African Union. That's where we are.
So the African Union, Ambassador Saab is the ambassador, is an ambassador from Venezuela to the AU. Has the AU and ECOWAS spoken yet?
Well, the African Union and the ECOWAS Commission have not made any statement, but I am confident with respect to the ECOWAS that the chairman of the ECOWAS, the Authority of Affairs of State and Government, President Nana Akufo, will not hesitate to ensure that the orders of the ECOWAS court are respected, because he has made the point abundantly clear. I could remember a conference we held in Accra, in 2018, where the president, as the chairman of the Authority of Affairs of State, insisted that Ghana and other member states of the ECOWAS would have to respect decisions of the court. And so I am confident that the president will not hesitate, to ensure that these orders are complied with by Cape Verde. With respect to the African Union, again, we have made contact with the African Union. We're also expecting that the African Union will make the point to Cape Verde to allow an ambassador that has been appointed by his country to assume duties in the African Union. So this is where we are.
I see. Well, so Ambassador Alex Saab is supposed to enjoy some diplomatic immunity. How do you view the arrest? He went there to refuel his plane. He was arrested. Subsequently, we know that the U.S. government, according to an Al Jazeera report, has been pressing for him to be extradited to face certain charges. You have been against that. How do we balance the diplomatic immunity that he is supposed to have enjoyed and the pressure being mounted on the Cape Verdean government to, if you like, bring him back to the U.S. to answer to charges of corruption and money laundering?
Well, as far as international law is concerned, an ambassador cannot be arrested or detained or prosecuted. I mean, I'm going by the Vienna Convention. And this point we have made clear. The way Cape Verde has attempted to dance around it is to say, we were not informed on time that the aircraft conveying Ambassador Saab from Venezuela to Iran, because it was on a mission, to Iran, were not informed in advance. Therefore, we do not recognize the fact that it's a special envoy. And we said, no. Once you are shown the document and the country confirmed that this is our ambassador, you have no choice in the matter, So, but while the controversy was raging, on the 24th of December last year, Venezuela appointed Ambassador Saab, Alex Saab, as his alternate ambassador to the African Union. So, again, this is where the Supreme Court of Cape Verde now said, well, it is now left for the political authorities to take a decision on that matter so that his immunity, whether his immunity will become applicable or not. Again, the court was wrong. Once you confirm that this is an ambassador appointed by his country, you have no choice in the matter. So there is nothing to push the political authority. The court should have, made a pronouncement on that matter so that, the United States of America will have recognized that we also have rule of law in the region. And so no country can, in a way, insist that international law and the ECOWAS laws be set aside. Now, coming to the question of the allegation made against him, what the United States of America is saying now, there is only one count, a count of money laundering, no longer about corruption. And when you look at the charge, it's almost baseless because this is a political matter. Because the United States government claimed that it does not recognize the Maduro regime in Venezuela. Everybody close to the president of that country is a suspect.
But Counsel, Counsel, how do you measure the two where the U.S. government insists and some other watchers insist that Ambassador Saab is aware of some underhand dealings by President Maduro and that he knows how he has been able to siphon dollars in that oil-rich country, and so Ambassador Saab is just being used as an insulator with that diplomatic immunity to protect the integrity of President Maduro. What do you say to that?
Well, by coincidence, at the instance of the United States government, Switzerland has been investigating the same allegation of money laundering. And by last week, Switzerland came out with a report. The prosecutor in that country said, we have investigated this matter entirely, and we have not found any basis to file a charge. against Alex Saab. That was that statement, that clarification was made on Thursday. Therefore, the foundation of the allegation of the United States government is already destroyed. But more importantly, there are decisions of United States federal courts in line with international law to the effect that once a man or a woman has been appointed an ambassador, whatever may be the allegations or the offenses allegedly committed before the appointment, you cannot arrest or prosecute him or her. In other words, the allegations will have to be frozen for now until he completes his term of office as an ambassador.
Right.
But as I'm saying, from the facts and circumstances of this case, the allegation by the United States government is political. And Switzerland has now come out to say we cannot find any basis. We cannot find any basis.
Right. Counsel.
Charge Alex Saab with money laundering offenses.
Counsel, final question to you. Quo vadis?
Well, we are mounting prayer on Cabo Verde to do the needful by respecting the judgments of the ECOWAS court to the fact that Alex Saab be released from illegal custody, to the fact that extradition request is being quashed, and to the fact that damages of $200,000 have been awarded in favor of Alex Saab. All these orders will have to be complied, have to be obeyed by Cabo Verde. That is where we are.
Thank you very much. Grateful for your time. Femi Falana is a senior advocate of Nigeria. He is also the lead counsel for Ambassador Alex Saab, who we told you earlier had been held in Cape Verde. He's a Venezuelan ambassador to the African Union. He was in Cape Verde to refuel his plane on his way to Iran. He was arrested. Subsequently, an ECOWAS court ruled he's been kept under house arrest on medical grounds. And his lawyers say he's been held wrongfully because per the diplomatic immunity that he's supposed to enjoy, he's not supposed to have been arrested in the first place. And the allegations that the U.S. is, and the charges that the U.S. government is hitting at him is but political. So that's where we are now.